stages of the organization. Now, since then, we've been tracking and keeping count of thousands of people as we get towards empowering 1 million future leaders to impact 1 billion people. We're in the thousands of lives now that we've impacted. And it's with great pleasure, and on that note, I introduce the founder of 1 Million for a Billion. Please give a very warm welcome to Manav Subodh.
Good evening, everyone. Nice to have all of you here in the networking mixer, as we are calling it. And the mixer is so that you get to meet some of these future leaders as we are on our path to 1 million future leaders. So some of them are here, and I'll explain to you what the format is in a minute, but before that I must introduce what the organization is, what we do, why we do, and some of the team members who are actively involved in getting these young people to the stage. So I represent 1M1B, which is 1 Million for a Billion, an organization that I co-founded with a lot of young people and a big team. It's going to be 5 years soon in January. But what really inspired us to do this is, the idea really was, can we create 1 million people who will impact 1 billion people? And as we see so many challenges around the world, and something that I was personally inspired by at that time was I used to work with Intel. And I did Intel for about 10 years and corporate career for about 17 years. And one of the things that I was personally inspired by was, can we stop migration? Can we really do something for the farmers in India, where the country I come from? And can we create rural employment? And that inspired me to think about 1 million for a billion, and said it's an agenda that you cannot do alone, so you need a big team of 1 million young future leaders who can do something. And then as I started doing work, it said, why just the villages? It could be everybody. It could be, yes, mobilizing young people to answer their calling. And as we start in the workshops that we do, so they have all undergone a 45-hour or a little more than that curriculum, including mentoring, in which they have to answer what calls you. So we really start with what calls you. And on the other side of what calls you is what disturbs you. And when you look at what disturbs you, there are a lot of things that disturbs us. It could be, climate crisis right now. It could be mobile addiction. It could be childhood cancer. It could be gender inequality. It could be inner city kids. It could be a number of things that disturb us. And we said, okay, that's what disturbs us. What can we do something about it? And then the conversation starts on how do we do that? And really empowering what calls you and creating that into an actionable project. And that's how the project starts. That's how the curriculum starts. And we are here. There are about 23 young leaders from India today who would be talking about what calls them, what inspires them, and what is the bold action they have taken to fulfill their calling. And you can talk to them on what they are doing. They have been carefully selected from over 100 students who have gone through the curriculum in India, and they have so-called qualified. And the qualification is really interesting, which we are very proud of. They have at least impacted lives of 10 people. So the qualification to join this group is that there's not going to be any judging. It's not a contest. The only thing that gets you a plane ticket to New York and then a presentation opportunity at the United Nations is you should have impacted positively life of at least 10 people. And if they have done that, even I cannot stop them from coming and joining this group. And all of them have not just done 10, they have done even hundreds in a short time frame. So they have been going through a curriculum which is 6 months to 8 months, and they are sort of here. We also have students from the United States. And at this point of time, I would like to call my colleague here in the United States, Kareem Herzog. Big round of applause for Kareem. So Kareem will just tell you very shortly what this program is in the United States and how we want to expand it now and make it relevant for a lot of young people here. Great.
Yes. Thank you, Manav. So, in the interest of time, I just want to say that I'm very thankful to be here representing not just for my culture, and I say that as a proud black man that is representing young black and brown minority young men that are here in the city. And one of the things that Manav spoke about was, inner city kids, and making sure that we can hopefully try to make things more equal within this country. And I believe that the I'm in Biz program that we've been working on in the last couple of months will do that exact thing. So I have represented with me today 2 young men who are seniors, and they are representing the first graduating class of the Eagle Academy for Young Men in Harlem. They have gone through this program successfully, and it's not just about uplifting minorities as much as it is about making sure that the opportunities that are available for all people are equally available for people of color. And they have shown throughout this last month, when you talk about impacting people, that they are dedicated to a specific business purpose. And very similar to what most of the young people in the room that came from India did, they were very, very disciplined and were able to take their passion and turn it into a business. And that is something that the I'm in Biz program is focused on, where we go through the ideation process, figure out how you can impact people, but then going from just an idea to actually registering the business. They're only representing one team, and very similar to the students in India, they had to be vetted through a process. There was an application process. We were able to select 10 students, or 10 applicants, 10 teams to participate, and actually going through 4 weeks, going through submitting different deliverables and making sure that they're having impact with their businesses, aligning their business ideas to the United Nations SDGs. They were selected actually as one of the top 3 teams already. So I'm very proud of the work that they're doing, and we're looking to actually showcase what they're doing so that we can expand here in the States. So, when we want to make opportunities equal for all people, whether it's for, gender equality, I just think it's very important, especially here in the States, that we put a lens on equal opportunities for people of all colors and all backgrounds. And that's something that my young men have worked so hard on, and I'm just so proud of them because they're actually graduating high school this year, and it's very difficult to navigate a business, but then also navigate the challenges of being a young person of color in this climate here in the United States, where they have to battle different unjust structures from everywhere, whether it's from the police, from misconceptions about how young men are, and I'm just so proud to showcase them so that they can be able to show that as young businessmen and as people that come from another culture, that they not are expected to be like just athletes or entertainers or some of the other misconceptions or stereotypes. They can stand here and be represented as young entrepreneurs. So that's something that I'm very, very passionate about, and I'm just proud. And we're looking to expand that so that those misconceptions, even for all minorities, can be erased. So thank you.
So what's going to happen tonight, and why do we need your support? So on the 4th of December, which is like day after tomorrow, all of them are going to the United Nations, and 9 of them are going to make a presentation. And the 9 of them are going to get selected tomorrow in the finals. And Kareem has already selected the students from the United States who will be talking, and they are here. but from India, we're going to select 9 students. The person who's doing the training for them is Henrik. Henrik is there. A big round of applause for Henrik. He's from the Silicon Valley. We've flown all over. We flew him from Silicon Valley, and he's training them to make a compelling pitch. Now, what we require your support is, we're going to give you, Safin, can we see this slide? So all our guests, we're going to give you, it's a fun format, so we're going to give you 3 smileys. 3 smileys. And you're going to meet all of them. You can occupy the tables, and they can come and talk to you either in person, one-to-one, or in a group together. And you're going to reserve these smileys. You're not going to give them till you've heard everyone. And then when we are wrapping up, you can give them to the top 3 presentations or discussions or pitches that you liked. And the person who gets the most smiley, is called the New Yorker's favorite, right? And it's like a little feedback on who you liked and why. And that's also a part of their training and development. So your contribution is really vital, because that will give them an honest feedback on whose pitches you liked and who was able to connect and who made the best impression. So it's all part of their learning and development. So your participation is really critical, so thank you very much for supporting us in this. So we will start now. Safin and, yeah.
Just a point maybe to emphasize.
Yes.
Emphasize that what we're hoping that you will contribute with is give all the students and aspiring entrepreneurs some honest feedback as well. Of course, be encouraging and helpful, and realizing that it is hard to be on this entrepreneurial journey. Absolutely in the beginning, and pretty much all the time, and everybody stops being hard. But also be honest. Give them some real pointers. If you don't understand the problem statement, if you don't understand the functionality of their product or service, please give them that feedback. Ask them some hard questions as well, because that's the only way they can learn and they can refine their pitches and their products. And yeah, of course, all the entrepreneurs here in the room are looking for connections, are looking for ways to fund their businesses and to scale them up. So any kind of feedback you can provide would be most helpful.
Yes, and Henrik will be observing these pitches so that he can train them again tomorrow morning on how to improvise those pitches. So that would be useful.